Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Marcus A. Brown. I just thought I'd give a few MGTOW shout-outs as well as some updates. This particular recording is in audio, no video. I see why most MGTOW post mostly audio. I know a lot of guys prefer to remain anonymous, which is completely understandable. But besides that, it's just a lot easier. It's much more efficient, and you don't have to go through adjusting cameras and editing videos and shit. So from this point forward, I'll be alternating between audio and video posts. Also, to those of you that have subscribed and everybody in the manosphere that's been supporting my channel, I just want to say thank you. I pretty much use this channel for everything I do, whether it's MGTOW videos, music videos, experiences, tutorials, skits, pretty much whatever I feel like doing. So now that I'm in position to produce more content, I will. And I just want to say thanks again for your support. I really appreciate it. Okay, so MGTOW shoutouts. This is in no particular order. I'm just naming some of the greats as well as some of the members of the manosphere I've been listening to lately. So this is just the first of many. If I miss anybody or if you got any recommended channels, feel free to shout them out in the comment section. So first and foremost, I give honors to Stardusk and Barbarossa, who in my opinion are two great pillars of men going their own way in terms of blazing a path with excellent red pill content. At least for me, because these were the first two brothers I came across on YouTube, and this was just last year. This was summer of 2013 when I came into this knowledge. So starting with Stardust, he's a very intense and critical thinker. He's a master of articulating his thoughts as well as observing and decoding human behavior. My favorite Stardust video is Biology, the Female, and Manipulation. I'll provide a link to an archive video because this brother has contributed so much. This dude got people making archives of his earlier posts, his earlier videos. So also I'll provide a link to his most recent channel, ThinkingApe-TV. Barbarossa, on the other hand, Barbarossa, G. Hey, this dude has a much more unapologetic, in your face, what you gonna do, bitch, type of delivery, G. Like, Barbarossa is really what got me hooked on MGTOW more than anybody else. My favorite Barbarossa video is definitely the Post-feminism Man. Alright, if you're in the manosphere or you getting familiar with the manosphere and you haven't heard that post, I would just say pause this right now and go check that shit out. I'm talking about, gee, this shit is so cold. When I first heard it, I was like, God damn. My man's just going the fuck in. So yeah, Stardust and Barbarossa are definitely MGTOW classics. I don't think anybody could bring up MGTOW without mentioning Stardust and Barbarossa. There's tons of archives on their content together that you could check out, and they're both still active in the manosphere. From my observation, just expanding on the conversation beyond the basics of, you know, gynocentrism, female hypergamy, marriage and divorce laws, social shaming, and all the things like that. So as more men take the red pill for the first time and engage in this collective conversation in the manosphere, it's pretty much inevitable that we cover these basics, all of which Stardust and Barbarossa have already talked about. So it's nothing new, but you can't go over these things enough. And it's always good to kind of hear the basics over again, coming from different men with different audiences and different perspectives, you know, different walks of life. So moving on, I also got to give honors to Sandman. Sandman, what up? Man, G, look, let me tell y'all about Sandman, G. Sandman has become a staple in MGTOW culture. Bruh, this man does a video every day. Every motherfucking day, G. Ain't nobody else out here doing that, so you gotta honor that man. Real talk, G. I start every day off with breakfast and a Sandman video. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one to do that. In addition to that, Sandman has played a major role in my spotlight in the manosphere. He did an excellent commentary video on my story earlier this year. It's called From Mangina to MGTOW. I'll provide a link to that as well. I'm very proud of the brother, though, for his dedication, his drive to deliver a daily dose of red pills, and all of the progress he's made. Just watching him become a huge mogul, not only in the manosphere, but on YouTube in general. It's just very inspiring, and it makes me happy to be able to see him doing his thing. And I'll continue to donate and support Sandman and all of his endeavors. So Sandman, cheers to you, brother. Thank you for everything you've contributed to the manosphere. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, and you got my support 1,000%. So that's what's up. Also, since I'm talking about Sandman, there's so many videos I like that he did. Of course, I'm going to give a shameless plug on the video he did on my story. But if I had to pick a favorite Sandman video right now, I would say one of his most recent ones is a video called Female Privilege. Now, this topic is considered one of the basics that you hear about in the manosphere, but Sandman killed this shit, G. I'm talking about he covered every aspect of female privilege and all of the shaming tactics they use to shame men into doing their bidding. So I would say check out one of his most recent videos called Female Privilege, and it'll do you justice on all of your interactions. You'll just kind of see that shit in action for what it really is. Next on my list is another brother that I make sure to look out for every day. On the daily, bro. Baby, fuck you mean? Hey, man, I give honors to LuiMarco, or in his words, I salute you, bro. Shout out to LuiMarco. Real quick, LuiMarco is a well-known bodybuilder, alright? I could confess I've never really been one to go hard in the gym like I could. So I came across LuiMarco's MGTOW videos first, and as I started sharing them on Facebook and Twitter, people would comment like, hey, that's LuiMarco, the fitness guy. And I'm like, alright. So I got to tune with that, and I gotta say, the dude is in great shape. Alright, the brother is 40 years old if I'm not mistaken, but when you look at him, I'm sure this guy can easily run laps around people half his age. So he's become an inspiration to me, not only in regards to MGTOW videos, but in taking my workout flow more seriously as well. You're not gonna watch any of his videos without wanting to stay in shape. Like, whenever I'm feeling lazy and I watch a LuiMarco video, G, I'll be like, man, fuck this shit. I gotta do some push-ups or something. But, you know, it's a beautiful thing in terms of motivation. So, LuiMarco, I salute you. I appreciate your content. My favorite LuiMarco video, I would say, is a video called She Says MGTOW Can Suck It. And this is one of the videos I favorited on YouTube, where he's basically telling men to embrace their masculinity in every aspect. I can relate to this because oftentimes we as men deal with surroundings that demand that we be manly, in quotation marks. But society is becoming increasingly fearful of pure masculinity. Like think about how deep voices can intimidate people, or think about how big muscles or even the threat of physical aggression scares the shit out of people. But all of these things are testosterone induced forms of masculinity, and we shouldn't be afraid or ashamed of that. Also, he tells men to not hate or shame other men. You know, we shouldn't be in competition with each other the way that society will have us believe we should be. And when we talk about misandry, which is the hatred of men, that doesn't only apply to women. A lot of men hate other men too, and oftentimes we don't even know why, or we don't even give it a second thought. You know, it's just no remorse or no consideration for another male, because we just conditioned to be in competition with each other or be at odds with each other for no fucking reason. So I'm gonna provide a link to that as well. Moving on, I gotta give honors to this one. The mayor of MGTOW. What up? I give honors to the mayor of MGTOWN. I love this dude videos. His energy just be through the fucking roof. I also consider the mayor to be a staple of the MGTOW community. He reposts a lot of great content from fellow MGTOW, which is very helpful for cross promotion, as well as a good backup plan in case any one of our pages gets shut down on some bullshit. The mayor also gives great advice on different scenarios that men may encounter with women, finance, political attacks, and all kinds of things. And he never ceases to amaze me with his great ideas and insight for men going their own way. My favorite video by the mayor of MGTOWN is a video entitled MGTOW is Our Legacy. This video is an affirmation for me in regards to a notion that I've always had in the back of my mind. And he confirmed it for me, as well as Aaron Clary, which is another one of my favorite people in the manosphere. That's acknowledging the fact that legacy has almost nothing to do with one's family and everything to do with the individual. In other words, you, the individual, have the choice and the willpower to realize your greatest potential. That's what we're here for. And contrary to popular belief, you're most likely to accomplish your goals with ease by minimalizing your obligations. For men who take the red pill and go their own way, this will enable us to achieve our goals or realize our greatest potential really with ease compared to other people who bog themselves down with unnecessary obligations. Next up, I gotta give honors to Raging Golden Eagle having way too much fun as always. You definitely gotta check out his channel, man. Not only for the MGTOW videos, but it's funny because he just be chilling. He just talking like he not even wearing a mask, but it be cool as fuck. I enjoy sharing his videos and people be like, dude, what the fuck you be watching? But we as MGTOW don't give a fuck. We just having way too much fun as always. On a sad note, that's another thing I like about MGTOW. Like, the brothers who remain anonymous, those avatars and those profile pictures, they be random as hell, man. Like, I could be having this engaging conversation with all kind of people, and it barely dawned on me. Like, I'm sitting up and talking to a bear or a fucking fish biting a tomato. It be some crazy shit. My favorite video by Raging Golden Eagle is a video called MGTOW Live by Example. This video discusses the inefficiencies of debating with people who oppose your life decisions that's not congruent with their own. There's no need to debate with people who are incapable or unwilling to think for themselves. That energy could be much better spent on pursuing your own goals and maintaining your own health and happiness. And if you're a man going your own way, the best revenge, if revenge is even necessary, is simply having your own happiness and freedom from the rest of the crowd, as well as avoiding all the ramifications of following that crowd into its own stagnation. Next on my list, I give honors to a MGTOW by the name of Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz is another great social analyst that expounds on human behavior and discusses all of the social constructs that reinforce modern behavior of men and women in a gynocentric society. My favorite video by Spetsnaz is a video called The Female Ego. In this video, he suggests that women today are fully aware, whether consciously or unconsciously, of the many benefits they receive through the practice of using female empowerment and the illusion of inferiority interchangeably. I'll provide a link in the description below. I got two more because I know I've been talking for a minute. Next on my list, I give honors to the youngest MGTOW I know by the name of George Freeman. Some of you may know him as, I think it's Chemical Warxian or Warxian. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Chemical Warxian. But George Freeman is the youngest MGTOW I know of, and he began going his own way at the age of 14. So this dude is really ahead of the game. Unfortunately, he's experienced some challenges with his YouTube channel, so I'm not sure if he even has a current YouTube channel up, but some of his earlier videos that I can remember spoke on things like his take on the men's rights movement versus MGTOW, his take on feminism and the rising trend of anti-feminism, and even some of his experiences with his peers in high school and how gynocentrism has even affected them to a very apparent degree. Every once in a while, I get the opportunity to speak with George on Facebook. So I know he's still on Facebook. I know he's doing the MGTOW podcast with Dimitri and a few others. So I don't know if he still has an active YouTube account or if he's still making videos. But I still give honors to, and I got to give a shout out to fellow MGTOW George Freeman. That's definitely somebody y'all should get in tune with. So last but certainly not least, because I got to wrap this up, I want to give honors to a MGTOW I've been listening to a lot lately by the name of TruthOverEverything. What's good, boys? Nah, but for real though, I fucks with TruthOverEverything because not only does he have a cool swag about himself, but he's a voice of reason, and he gives a constant reminder of how important it is to focus on your mission, whatever you decide that is. One of my favorite videos of his is a video entitled Success, 5 Things That Make the Biggest Difference. And as with many of his videos, this video is a persistent reminder for all of us to not only pursue our goals to the fullest, but to make it a point to fully understand what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it at all times. I won't give the whole list away, but one of the biggest points he makes is the fact that success is relative. It's not defined by society or family, but it all goes back to the individual. You will not be happy unless you're doing what you want to do. Whatever it is that gives you life, that should always be somewhere in your top priorities, if not the top priority of any living being, more especially a MGTOW. So I know I've been talking for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. Shout out to everybody that's doing their thing in the manosphere. It's a lot of people that I didn't even get to name that's doing some great things, and I'm going to make sure I name them in future videos. And like I said, if you all have anybody that you would like to recommend to me, feel free to drop the names in the comment section below, and I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.